Alright guys, I welcome you once again to another exciting episode on Artist Cafe. You know, it's been a long time. I know you've missed me. I'm back again with conscious vibes. You get it? So if today is your first time, do me a favor by subscribing to my YouTube channel, activate the bell icon so that anytime I release any video, you can catch it live on your various devices. Alright, so today what am I going to talk about? RPM and CPM. I know you've been guessing, you've been asking questions about this very topic. So by the close of this very lesson, you should be able to define what RPM is, what CPM is, the differences between RPM and CPM. Get the vibe? So stick and stay. And as I'm saying, if you haven't yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button and let's go. Alright, so what is RPM? RPM stands for revenue per mille. Yes, mille is a Latin word which in other words means thousand. Get it there, it means thousand. So revenue per thousand. How much you make as a publisher on 1,000 video views is what you refer to as RPM. And take note, those monies you see as RPM, there has been a 45% deduction. You got it? YouTube always take 45% out of your revenue. And the main revenue is what we call the CPM. I hope you are getting the concept. CPM, which is cost per mille. The CPM refers to like it's a metric, okay, that calculates how much an advertiser is paying to YouTube. Let me take it again. You will see the CPM right when you get to your monetization tab or your revenue tab. You go and see CPM and RPM. I've already explained to you the RPM. So let's take the CPM back again. Okay, so let's assume that advertiser A comes to YouTube that, yo, I want to advertise my product and services. Okay, YouTube will charge such advertiser an amount. Let's assume $20 for that 1,000, 1,000 views. Okay, so that's $20 is what referred to as CPM. Okay, CPM, cost per mille. That is how much the advertiser is paying for 1,000 views. So back to the $20. YouTube is going to take 45% out of that $20, okay, as his commission. And because the advert is being run on your video, or because the advert is being run on a publisher's YouTube channel, the remaining balance is what referred to as RPM, and that is what you, the publisher, you are taking home. So I believe you are getting the gig here. They are very intriguing, and you have to look smart on increasing them, because on YouTube, if you are not able to increase your RPM and CPM, there is no way you can increase revenue. So in this case, how can you increase your RPM? You got it? How can you increase your RPM? Point number one, you have to increase what you call CTR. So how can you increase the CTR? As the name indicates, click-through rate. The more interaction people have with your videos, the more ads people see on your videos, the more clicks people do on your videos, the higher your RPM, thereby increasing your revenue. I hope you get the point. Now, point number two, you have to increase what we call cost per click. These two things, they work together. The CPC, which is the cost per click, and the CTR, they linked up. If the CTR is moving higher, the probability of the CPC going up is very higher. I hope you are getting the gig. It is very trickish, and you have to repeat it over and over again. What I said was the CTR and the CPC, they move together. Okay, so anytime your CTR is going higher, it's going to increase your CPC and also increase the RPM. You get it? So why is it that people who do the same content, two people can do the same content, Okay, but one is going to have a higher RPM and a higher CPC than the other. No need to worry. There are countries that automatically have higher RPMs and CPMs. Countries like Australia, USA, Canada, Belgium, and most of the European countries, they have a higher RPM. You get it? Apart from the country base, the kind of content you do is another gig. Ghana here, most people are doing entertainment stuff, and the entertainment stuffs, they are having a very low RPM. So automatically you are going to have a low CPC. I hope you are getting the point. But if you take people who are doing tech stuff, people who are doing tourism, people who do phone reviews, web developers and all those people, they have a higher RPM by default. You get it? So the kind of content you do, the country you find yourself, and the interaction you have on your videos determines your RPM. And with a CPC, maybe I didn't explain further. CPC is how much an advertiser pays you per click. So when you're watching YouTube videos, the ads which shows on the videos, okay, those ads, if you are to click, there is a certain amount being paid. You get it, being paid to the publisher, and that's what we're talking about. I know you're loving this. That's why you have to subscribe and wait for the part 2 of this very episode. Thank you so much for having you, and I believe you enjoyed. Like, share, tell a friend to tell another friend that yo, Ins Motion is back. Thanks for having you. Hola.